an open secret and no one doubts it. However, certain media outlets have started the debate about the 11 that Carlo Ancelotti can use next season. For this reason, there are journalists who have put Vinicius in the spotlight. There are many who claim that the white team would do well selling the Brazilian. What's more, as reported by El Debate, PSG would be willing to offer €200 million for him. In the noble area of Chamartin, they are clear about the way in which they are going to act. Florentino Perez went to the Chiringuito in 2021. It is worth highlighting this appearance because he stated categorically that he would not sell the Rio star at all. 3 years later, the president's feeling remains exactly the same. In fact, he renewed it not long ago until 2027, and there is even an intention to extend the contract again until 2029. It's not that it won't be sold, it's that we want it to renew, as people very close to the president make clear. One of the best in the world. Despite everything that can be said in the media, Real Madrid are clear that the former Flamengo player is one of the best footballers in the world today. For this reason, even if another beast like Mbappé comes, Vinicius is not for sale. The Madridistas must be calm about this matter. Furthermore, he is delighted with his life in Madrid. He has adapted to the city wonderfully and has no plans to change his scene. For its part, the club does not need to sell to absolutely anyone. Real Madrid is already preparing the tie against Manchester City, with the imminent visit of Guardiola's team to the Santiago Bernabéu. Toni Kroos has spoken in this regard, discussing what the Catalan coach has constantly stressed, who has complained about the advantage of the difference in days to prepare for the first leg of the Champions League quarter-finals. Next week, international football has a momentous match and fans of the beautiful game do not want to miss it. The preview of Real Madrid-Manchester City, which is part of the first leg of the quarter-finals of the Champions League, captures all eyes and everyone is waiting for the ball to roll so they can enjoy a first-class match and tie, as it could not be otherwise in the old European Cup. Toni Kroos has spoken about this, analyzing the next coconut that Real Madrid will have in front of them on their way to achieving the 15th. The German player, in a podcast he makes with his brother Felix, who goes by the name Einfach mal Luppen, has analyzed the details that Carlo Ancelotti's team will have to face. We are not used to not playing for 9 days. If you ask me today, it suits me very well. It won't be a disadvantage for us, but I don't know if it will be a big advantage. We are all used to playing every week, said the German footballer, keeping in mind the complaints raised by Pep Guardiola, the Citizens' coach. Guardiola has been warming up the Bernabéu game thanks to the calendar, something that is not unusual for him. We play Aston Villa, then Crystal Palace on Saturday at 12:30, and then we go to Madrid on Tuesday. Madrid has 9 days to prepare, 9 days. They played this weekend the match against Athletic on Sunday, and they won't do it again until our game. I would like to reflect and ask for one more day, because the difference is a lot, but there is no possibility, he said before facing off this Tuesday before facing Aston Villa, who suffered a resounding defeat 4-1 at the Etihad. Kroos, who has also returned to the German national team after almost 3 years, also analyzed this return to the Mannschaft. There are similarities between the national team and the club. You have to make sure that the team is balanced on a human level, but there is always dissatisfaction, it is the nature of things. The transfer market at Real Madrid looks exciting. It is true that the discharge chapter gives a lot to talk about in Merengue Key, but in Valdebebas they look further afield. People from the club insist that not everyone fits and that, obviously, there will be some departures. A player who is in the pools for this is Arda Guler. The Turk is liked in the entity and that is why he would leave on loan. He has many suitors, as was already seen last January. However, Florentino was clear that the former Fenerbahce player had to finish the season. Despite this, the film may be very different in the coming months, and in the last few hours the possibility that it could arrive at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium is gaining strength. This is reported by the media outlet Elmira. The White House did not at all expect that the Seville team would attempt this operation. Especially because it is worth highlighting that it is a club that reported the famous RMTV videos to the competition committee. Uncertain future. The reality is that Arda's future is up in the air. It is not known what will happen to him. A few weeks ago it seemed that he was going to leave on loan, but as of today, April 5th, no one rules out that he could continue. His physical change is notable and they are surprised by him. Thus, it is worth highlighting that according to Diario AS, he would have gained up to 8 kilos of muscle mass, which is absolute madness. The truth is that the images he published a few days ago attracted a lot of attention. Everything indicates that he is committed to continuing to defend the Madrid team. The sports management will have to make a decision when the campaign ends. The man from Malaga is having a great season with Real Madrid, without having a starting role, but he does have an important role. At first he didn't have it, but with work and opportunities he is showing his potential. One of the positive surprises of this season is Brahim Diaz. The Andalusian playmaker has entered Carlo Ancelotti's rotations, playing very good games, with many goals and assists. This good performance has attracted the attention of several European elite clubs. One of the teams most interested in hiring him has contacted Real Madrid to make a surprising offer. Brahim Diaz has 9 goals and 5 assists so far this season. In the previous season, with Milan he scored 7 goals and 7 assists and played many more minutes than in the current season. Therefore, the footballer's performance is being very good, and it is one of Carlo Ancelotti's first changes to revolutionize the games. His ability to overwhelm and dribble with both legs makes him a very difficult player to mark. In recent days, several rumors have appeared in England that spoke about a possible transfer to Chelsea, but Real Madrid are not studying this possibility. The club wants to have him for next season, and it is not considered that he is for sale. In the event that it was Brahim who asked to leave, the situation would be different, but this has not occurred, nor does it seem that it will be the case. The player's environment conveys that he is very happy in Madrid and that he wants to continue competing for success in the biggest club in the world. At the moment, he has a contract until June 30, 2027, and it is very likely that he will sign a renewal very soon in which he would have a salary increase. The club is very happy with him. There are many rumors that claim that with the signing of the Paris Saint-Germain striker there could be painful departures in the attack, so as not to have so many stars. Josep Pedrerol, like the executives led by Florentino Perez, is already looking to next season. The complicated fit of so many players up front could cause some problems. The presenter of El Chiringuito de Jugones is clear about the new dynamics of the locker room led by Carlo Ancelotti. Nothing will be certain until the Italian coach confirms it to his squad. However, Real Madrid's plans are not to sell any of its stars. He wants to bring them all together next season, and Ancelotti will have to work out a system to get the best out of them all. The great forwards of Real Madrid will continue next season. It will be a tactical test. Also knowing who fits in each position, the football and personal relationship in the locker room. What will the atmosphere be? Whoever accepts the role of starter or supporting player at times, who makes faces or doesn't make them, who thinks he is the best. Explained Josep Pedrerol. In 2025 the situation could change, if there is a player who remains in a more secondary role and wants to aspire to play more minutes in another club, but these are assumptions. Carlo Ancelotti is the ideal coach to manage the egos of the locker room. At the club they are very excited about the project that is being formed, and they even compare it with the time of Los Galacticos. But there is a big difference here, and that is that all the Real Madrid players have not played the best games of their careers, because they are still very young. Therefore, they believe that the Italian coach can manage to give each player their place in the team, without anyone feeling undervalued compared to the rest of the players.